آن روی سکه، برنامه ای از وحید بدیعی.
Hello, this is Wahid Badii and giving you the another part of the other side of the coin show. My guest today is Benoush Babzani, author of the new book, Hold On While I Hang On. It's a beautiful book, and we're going to have a little chat about this book. Thank you, Benoush, for accepting our invitation.
Hi, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
That's great. Benoush, what was your why when that thing goes in your mind, you can write a book about your life. I know your life is amazing life, full of the amazing story. But when you decide to have it as a book,
So, after I survived the things that I did that I wrote in the book, I naturally was invited, people were inviting me to share my story in the form of speaking engagements. So, organizations, support groups, companies, I was sharing my story in the verbal way. And then someone told me that it would be nice if I could put it in written form, which I was not a writer. All of my experience was in marketing, business development. I knew nothing about writing, and I even went to so many extents to convince myself I can't do it. But basically, this is the book that when I was going through what I was going through, it would have been really nice to read someone's story that could have been similar to mine. So it was organizing the story and being able to share it for others, and then it was also healing for me to relive all of those moments again and clean it up and clarify what it was that I actually went through.
that's great. As I said, I know your life because you are one of our close family friend. I'm like your uncle for you.
Yes.
So tell me about your the illness, the rare illness you had, and the road of being cured and being come back to the life, basically, because we almost lost you, Benush.
Yes. No, I'm not going anywhere. I so in this book, here it is. Hold on while I hang on. And I'm excited to see it
I
on
have
your
it in my
bookshelf.
back.
I'm so excited to see it there. I love it. Yeah, so basically, I'm sharing my experience both with this illness and various life events that were testing me, and life challenges that we had to overcome, both myself and as a family, as a community. And I basically was diagnosed with a rare blood disorder at the age of 12. It's called aplastic anemia. And so my body was, the immune system had shut down. I wasn't making the essential cells to stay alive. And through various treatments, and a few other things that are in the book, you'll have to see,
Okay.
experimental, right, sort of things we did. I was able to overcome that at the age of 12, and then unknowingly, I had no idea that it could come back again at 19. I was 19 years old. I was this, young makeup artist, college girl, partying. I had the life, and then bam, I got diagnosed again, and within 1 week, all of that was taken away from me, and I was back in a hospital room trying to hang on. Right, hold on. So I had to go into isolation. I was taken to Stanford Hospital where they basically emptied out my immune system with high dose chemotherapy. And they had to introduce a new immune system, which was my brother's bone marrow. And the goal was for his bone marrow to come into my body and to not realize it's in a foreign place, because otherwise it would start attacking. And that's where the major danger was for us. And so I was in isolation, and I think that right now we can all relate to being in this isolation
Yes.
and not being able to, do our mind is still fully strong and healthy, but physically we're not able to do what we want. And that's a beautiful thing, because now the reason why I tell this story, and the reason why I believe I survived, was that when I was in isolation, I did have the strongest tool possible for myself, which was my mind. and I was able to overcome. They told me, I wouldn't survive. They told me if I did survive, I wouldn't get pregnant. They told me so many things were going to happen, and here I am with 2 babies, and so the power of the mind really, really supported me through some very painful times, and sharing that in my book has been really really healing for myself and for others.
Benoush, I read your book, and since I take the book, I couldn't put it on the ground. And one night, I was
Oh
awake
my
till
God.
3 a.m. to finish the book
Oh my
because I couldn't
goodness. You're
wait
fast.
no, I start at 7 p.m. and
Oh,
take me till 3 a.m. to finish the book. Uh, it's fascinating. All the story in the book is really fascinating, even for me, which in most of the story, I feel I was part of it because I was witness what you go through. Can I ask you to read a section, a paragraph of the book for your choice for
of
our
my
audience?
choice. Yes. I was supposed to bookmark it. Um, there's so many different parts of this book that it's I call it a love story. It's a love story between a mother and a daughter. My mom was she was, and you'll see on the cover, you see a lioness. That's not me. That's
Yeah.
that's my mom. Shirzan for all the Farsi speaking,
Yes.
and the women around me, your own amazing wife, and the team that held her. I was held by a strong team of people. And so it's a love story between mother-daughter. It's a love story between myself. I was trying to find the love of my life, and that, took its twists and turns. And then it's about mental health. It's about physical health. It's about, mindset and using the tools and infertility. I mean, everything is inside of here. And so the only thing that I think that might support it is I summed it all up in the very last page as to why I wrote the book and what it meant to me. So here I go. These extraordinary life events didn't happen to me, but happened for me. I can now see that clearly. My path in this life has been paved ever so beautifully as a result of these once tormenting events. It seems bizarre to be grateful for such a treacherous journey. After all, the middle decade of my life was spent just trying to hang on. The wisdom to deeply reflect and see these critical life events as a blessing was magnified while writing this book and facing their truth. Should I keep going? That's
That's
not good.
awesome. I just go, my mind, blow my mind. It's really awesome. I recommend to all our audience, if they're not read the book by now, get it, read it, and enjoy it, because that's a lovely book, and it's an amazing story of surviving by mind, by passion, and of course by science. And that's a great book. Um, Benushan, during your life, you have as I said, you have an amazing life. Beside the book, maybe that part being a part of the book too, because you wrote pretty much all your life in the book. Uh, one of the memories you never forget during your life. Can you describe that for us?
Ooh, you're asking juicy questions. um, I think that honestly, the biggest, I think, aha moment in my life, the most beautiful moment. You're bringing up emotion in me, Vaju.
Oh.
No, but, and I say that this book is dedicated to my mom and the women around me, and I think that I I keep saying I have a positive mindset, or people tell me, and I got that from somewhere, right? That came from somewhere, and this was all dedicated to my mom. And I think that since I was 8 years old, I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby. I dreamed of having a baby. I named these babies, and it was always a dream. And then the day that I gave birth to my first child, I put myself in my mom. میگن قدر مادر و قدر parents you don't know until you have your own. It was in that moment that the love and everything that I had for her just magnified, for my parents, for my mom, for, both of them. When I now realize I have to care for someone, I have to nurture and protect this person, and how as a caregiver and as a parent, my mom or my family or my community pulled together to hold me like that, I have no idea. I mean, it truly is a miracle. And I think that was a very profound moment, that all these pieces of everything that's happened just became so, I felt the weight and the impact of every single person's efforts and love and work that they did for me.
That was great. Benoush, I really enjoyed talking with you. It's I hope our audience enjoyed this interview as well. I cannot wait till isolations get over and I have you in our studio and talk face to face.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you.
Sure, you're very welcome. We are to the end of the interview. If anything you want to say to people listening or watching this interview, microphone and camera is yours.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, well, first off, thank you for the time. And also, one of the big reasons why I did write this book was to be able to connect with as many people as I can. Being behind the computer and writing the book was a challenge, and I overcame it and I loved it. But this is the part that I love, where I actually get to start talking to people and connecting. So if you have a story that you want to share with me, or if something I said, ignited a thought or a feeling for you, please connect with me. I think that you might have the text to how to spell my name, but you can find me at benoushbabzani.com. I'm also very active on Instagram, and that handle is also Benoush Babzani. And I'm also coming out with, very soon it'll be released, and you can find that on my website, a 6-week course on how to hack your mind to use that successful thought process to get you out of very, very challenging times. So I'm available to you, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time, and just go get your life, the best of it.
Yes, everyone, go enjoy your life in isolation.
Thank you very much, Benoush.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
خونه ما دوره دوره پشت کوها یه صبوره پشت دشتا یه تلایی پشت صحرا های خالی خونه ماست اونور آب اونور موجای بیتاب پشت جنگلای صرفه توی رویاست توی خواب پشت اقیانوس آبی پشت باغا یه گلابی اونور باغای انگور پشت کندو های زنبور خونه ما پشت ابراز اونور دلتنگی ماست ته جاده های خیسه پشت بارون پشت دریاست خونه ما قصه داره آلبالو و پسته داره پشت خنده ها یه گرمش آدمای خسته داره خونه ما شادی داره توی حوضاش ماهی داره
کوچه‌هاش تو بازی داره، گربه های نازی داره. خونه ما گرم و صمیمی، رو دیواراش عکسای قدیمی، عکس بازی توی ایوون، لب دریا تو تابستون، عکس اون رو زیر بارون با یه بغض و یه چمدون، رفتن از پیش آدمای نازنین و مهربون. خونه ما دوره دوره، پشت کوها یه صبوره، پشت دشتا یه تلایی، پشت صحرا های خالی. خونه ماست اونور آب، اونور موجای بیتا، پشت جنگلای ضربه، توی رویاست توی یه